ports receive a constant flow of imported vehicles from across the globe via ro-ro vessel. For each of the vehicles, the journey into the country begins with a single roll of the ship. A ro-ro, roll-on/roll-off vessel carries more than cars. It carries livelihood, trade, opportunity, and responsibility. Hello out there to our esteemed viewers. You're welcome to another exciting episode of NIMASA this week, your go-to source for all things maritime. I remain your anchor on the show, Moyoluwa Olutayo. It's time for a cruise.
Introducing the new face of the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, NIMASA. We are charting the direction for a maritime and regulating the industry for a better, bigger, and more economically stable Nigeria. Evolved to serve you better. We are NIMASA. New face, rejuvenated service. NIMASA, changing the tides in your favor.
The program is NIMASA this week, and if you're just joining us, you're right on time. Now that we have set sail, our first port of call is the Federal Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy. The 84th session of the Marine Environment Protection Committee, MEPC 84, of the International Maritime Organization held in London recently. The Honorable Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, His Excellency Adegboyega Oyetola CON, who spoke at the 84th session, called on global maritime community to prioritize fairness, equity, and adequate support for developing economies in the push towards net zero emissions in international shipping. On the sideline of the MEPC 84, the Honorable Minister also held strategic meetings with the Secretary General of the IMO, Arsenio Dominguez, and the President of the Saudi Arabia Transport General Authority, His Excellency Fawaz Al-Sehali. Stay tuned on the program as we bring you the full report.
The 84th session of the Marine Environment Protection Committee of the International Maritime Organization, IMO, recently held in London, with the Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, Dr. Adegboyega Oyetola, using the platform to reaffirm the country's support for global decarbonization efforts, stating that such support will depend on frameworks that reflect the economic realities of developing nations. The minister also spoke on the importance of achieving net zero emissions by 2050, thereby aligning with the Sustainable Development Goals. He called on global maritime community to prioritize fairness, equity, and adequate support for developing economies, including Nigeria, in the push towards net zero emissions in international shipping. At the sidelines of MEPC 84, the minister held strategic meetings with the Secretary General of the IMO, Arsenio Dominguez, and the President of Saudi Arabia Transport General Authority, H.E. Fawaz Al-Sehali, during which he reaffirmed Nigeria's commitment to deeper collaboration across key maritime priorities. Secretary General Dominguez has earlier expressed his appreciation for the hospitality extended to him during his visit to Nigeria, particularly his meeting with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, describing the engagement as a clear demonstration of Nigeria's strong commitment to maritime governance. The 84th session of the IMO's Marine Environment Protection Committee, held from 27 April to 1 May 2026, advanced the net zero framework to reduce shipping emissions, focusing on midterm technical and economic measures. Key outcomes included designating a new Northeast Atlantic Emission Control Area, revising ballast water management, and addressing methane nitrogen oxide emissions.
Welcome back. You're still watching NIMASA this week. The Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, NIMASA, has undergone a remarkable transformation in less than 2 years, earning consistent recognition as Nigeria's leading federal MDA in digital reform. Here is highlighting some of the visible transformation: maritime security and global credibility, environmental and blue economy initiatives, gender inclusion and capacity building. Now, here is the bigger picture. The approach has been phased: diplomacy first, then security, then digitalization, and capacity building. The aim is to position Nigeria as a serious player in the global blue economy. Stay with us. I'll be right back.
The Regional Maritime Rescue Coordination Center, the RMRCC, is the sole responsible for all distress that comes within our Nigerian and West and Central African waters. So this place is one of the 5 centers allocated to Africa, search and rescue. The other 4 centers, we have the Morocco, we have Kenya, South Africa, Liberia, and Nigeria. These are the 5 Regional Maritime Rescue Coordination Center. In this, our center, we have 9 countries. The 9 countries, we have Togo, Benin Republic, Cameroon, Equatorial Guinea, Gabon, Congo Brazzaville, and Congo Kinshasa, including the Sao Tome and Principe. We have joint SOP, Standard Operation Procedure, with those countries too. Search and rescue is very important because this, the waters, the whole world waters is divided into 4 sea areas. The sea area A1, A2, A3, and A4. Those equipments now our people are manning here, they were covering various sea areas A1 to 4. This primary, we have the primary alerting equipment, we have the secondary alerting equipment. So the sea area A1 is the sea area that is within sight, not more than 50 nautical miles. This is the sea area A1. A2 starts and is covered by VHF, DSC. It's covered by VHF, DSC. The sea area A2 is covered by MFHF. This starts from 50 to 150 nautical miles. Our sea state is always okay. That's why, but we do transmit maritime safety information through our navigational telex. And Nigeria is one of the only countries that was allocated with the NAVTEX. The NAVTEX signal is located in our signal station at Takwa Bay. We always receive weather forecast from the NIMASA. And we compared our own with directwindy.com. We use it to forecast the weather. There is one piracy, attempted piracy on one of the vessels, I can't remember the name, which the MRCC was contacted. MRCC and United States Coast Guard, we passed the information to C4I2, but MRCC with United States Coast Guard, we contacted, the incident happened in Togo, Lome. So we contacted MRCC Togo, which they contacted their Navy, which responded. While we are coordinating here with them, they responded to the incident and rescue operation took place. The vessel was rescued. This small screen that you see here is the one that is projected there. This sea vision, we use it to track vessels of interest. Our responsibility here is safety of the vessels. If there is any distress, our responsibility is to locate where the distressed vessel is. Once we locate it, it's easier for us to relay the distress to the ship within the vicinities or to mobilize our people here to send them to go and do the rescue operations. Sometimes we use these deep blue assets to go to the rescue operations, but we coordinate every move of all operations. we appoint on-scene coordinator here. It's only MRCC that can appoint on-scene coordinator. You know, anytime we receive distress message, we use the charts to locate the coordinates. We receive it with coordinates. We plot the coordinates on this chart to know exactly the location of the distress. She is designated here to look after the NIMASA. It's a satellite base. Anything outside the MFHF coverage goes to NIMASA. This NIMASA, we use it to receive also distress message. But most times, we use this NIMASA also to transmit maritime safety information, weather forecast and stuff on the EGC, Group Enhanced Calling. Once we go to the EGC, we send the information to all ships within our waters. Our NAVTEX, Navigational Telex, which is based in our signal station in Takwa Bay, is responsible also in transmission maritime safety information, which involves the weather forecast. So this is the interconnection with all RMRCCs, regions of all over the world. This is Nigerian Navy personnel. We do have Navy as part of our MGC MOU. Navy communicators were also brought to join us here. He is mounting the emails, NIMASA emails and the phone numbers. Our emails for distress messages, phones for distress messages also. Every day we receive at least minimum of 6 every day. As you can see, the VHF here, VHF 1, channel 70. This VHF channel 70 will receive distress alerts as it comes as text message. If you did not acknowledge the text message, it will not go. And it will record it if you did not acknowledge it. The duty officer here is responsible for not acknowledging. And the captain will know that he has pressed distress alert and nobody responded in the MRCC. And the log will be there. The VHF, then it will go to channel 16. Channel 16 is voice communication. Immediately you acknowledge channel 70, it goes to 16 for radio communication. This communication, you know, you have to receive all the information, vital information. We have also mobile VHF radios, as you can see them here. The duty officer can move around with the radio. And also, there are channels that we monitor. You know, Nigeria is signatory to SOLAS Convention 74 and Search and Rescue Convention 79. Both conventions give this MRCC power to do the operation coordination of all search and rescue operations within Nigerian waters in extension to West and Central African waters.
Introducing the new face of the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, NIMASA. We are charting the direction for a maritime and regulating the industry for a better, bigger, and more economically stable Nigeria. Evolved to serve you better. We are NIMASA. New face, rejuvenated service. NIMASA, changing the tides in your favor.
The Panama Canal is an artificial 82-kilometer waterway in Panama that connects the Caribbean Sea with the Pacific Ocean. It cuts across the narrowest point of the Isthmus of Panama and its conduit for maritime trade between the Atlantic Ocean and the Pacific Ocean. The canal serves as a shortcut, greatly reducing the time for ships to travel between the Atlantic and Pacific Ocean, enabling them to avoid the lengthy hazardous route around the southmost tip of South America via the Drake Passage, the Strait of Magellan, or the Beagle Channel. Its construction was one of the largest and most difficult engineering projects ever undertaken. Interestingly, in the 1880s, Frenchman Ferdinand de Lesseps having finished the construction of the Suez Canal, set out to build the Panama Canal from 1881 to 1890, before the project stalled due to bankruptcy. It was under American President Theodore Roosevelt that the project was continued, signaling U.S. involvement in the strategic passage. The U.S. took over the project in 1904 and opened the canal in 1914, retaining control of the canal and the surrounding Panama Canal zone until the Torrijos-Carter Treaties provided for its handover to Panama in 1977. After a period of joint American-Panamanian control, the Panamanian government took control in 1999. It is now managed and operated by the Panamanian government-owned Panamanian Canal Authority.
Introducing the new face of the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, NIMASA. We are charting the direction for a maritime and regulating the industry for a better, bigger, and more economically stable Nigeria. Evolved to serve you better. We are NIMASA. New face, rejuvenated service. NIMASA, changing the tides in your favor.
The Women's International Shipping and Trading Association Nigeria, WISTA, recently convened its 2026 annual general meeting on April 30th in Lagos, bringing together members and key stakeholders from the maritime and logistics sectors to review progress, strengthen governance, and chart a course for the future. A major highlight of the AGM was the re-election of Dr. Odunayo Ani, who also serves as Director of Finance at the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, alongside a newly constituted executive committee. The outcome reflects strong member confidence in the leadership team following a widely acknowledged impactful first tenure, marked by institutional growth, enhanced partnership, and increased global visibility. Delivering her address, Dr. Ani presented a comprehensive overview of presidential activities over the past term. She highlighted key achievements, including strengthened collaboration with WISTA International, expanded participation of Nigerian members in global committees, sustained advocacy for women in coastal communities, and the successful commemoration of the association's 30th anniversary. The 2026 AGM reaffirmed WISTA Nigeria's position as a leading voice for women in maritime, anchored on strong leadership, accountability, and a clear strategic vision for the future.
My first time as WISTA Nigeria President was marked with a lot of activities, achievements, and a lot of capacity building for our members. In the first 2 years that I was president with my team, our focus was mainly on, number one, global feasibility for us, because we needed to get back into the international arena and make sure, because WISTA, as you know, is in over 60 countries and it's an international organization. So we wanted our members to participate at that level, and that we were able to achieve. One of the things we did was we were able to get our senior advocates of Nigeria, Jean Chiazo, to be a member of the most powerful committee in WISTA International, which is the nomination committee. She was elected during the AGM, which held last year, 2025, in Barcelona. We also were able to get our members into all the committees, which was not the case before as ESCO, led by me, came on board. Of course, we had 1 or 2 people serving in some committees at that time. But WISTA International has several committees, many of them. So during the period that I was president with my ESCO, we were able to push for our members to serve at the very top, either as secretary or as chairman or as vice chairman of those committees. And so there's no committee of WISTA International now that does not have a Nigerian serving, including myself. So we were able to do that. We also realized that we needed to train our people. There was a lot that was going on. People are talking about decarbonization, ESG, marine and blue economy. The policy was launched. So we did a lot of training, and at the same time, we had our people participating in all the events that were organized by the Federal Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy, especially all the stakeholders' events where the policy was explained and disseminated. Of course, we were able to contribute our quota. Our people spoke, and of course, we had NIMAREX as well. We were part of the organizers. And every industry event that held between 2024, April 2024 to April 2026, WISTA Nigeria was fully represented at all the events. And like I said, we had a lot of capacity building for our people. We had webinars, we attended trainings organized by us. The next 2 years is going to be years of consolidation. We're going to consolidate on what we started. You know, just like for every organization, whether private or public or even NGO like our own, we say government is a continuum, is an ongoing thing, in accounting we call it going concern. So WISTA is a going concern, if you want to put it in inverted commas, which means whatever we are doing, even when we leave, some others will come and take it and they will continue with it. So whatever it is that we started, we will keep building on it, but we will do a lot more. One of the things we are doing in this new dispensation is we are hosting the 8th African Regional Conference. And that will involve people coming, participants, speakers, panelists, and of course, some of them are our collaborators. They are collaborating with us. They'll be coming from all over Africa. And of course, we have our people coming from international as well. So that we hold at a hotel in June 25th to 26th. We are going to be at a hotel. And it's a big thing for us because it's not easy bringing the whole of Africa to Nigeria. And we're looking forward to support from all our partners as well. We're also looking forward to having our people attend. We're going to be talking about everything that needs to be talked about, from blue economy to ESG to decarbonization to environment to everything we're going to be talking about. We're even going to talk about the new tax reform, how it affects businesses within Nigeria. And we're going to be talking about cross-border taxation and transfer pricing as well. You know, the idea is to, you know, be holistic and be able to touch every part of our members, because WISTA is not just for people carrying, doing maritime. It's Women International Shipping and Trading Association. So there's the trading aspect of it and there's the logistics aspect of it. Some of our members, they own ships, they own trading companies, they own logistics company, and so they need to know how to manage all this. You know, Nigeria has a lot of treaties with other countries, so we're going to be talking about that when we go to the trade sessions. So there will be some breakout sessions where people will go to the stream that has to do with them.
Introducing the new face of the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, NIMASA. We are charting the direction for a maritime and regulating the industry for a better, bigger, and more economically stable Nigeria. Evolved to serve you better. We are NIMASA. New face, rejuvenated service. NIMASA, changing the tides in your favor.
That's all we have for you on today's episode of NIMASA This Week. Thanks for watching. Follow us on all our social media platforms for more updates, and feel free to send in your questions. We promise to attend to them. Until we come your way again next week on the same platform and the same time. Safe shipping, clean seas, and a prosperous nation. That is our goal. I remain your anchor on the show, Moyolua Olutayo. Bye for now.